Every time an update lands in Call of Dragons, there's always a few surprises, which is why your boy Chisgule Gaming is here to unveil the secrets and things that were in this update that you might not have been expecting. We're going to start this video by reviewing the new Nightrock, which is now capturable, and I'll even show you a way that you can potentially save on bundles in Call of Dragons that should be coming very soon. So stick around in this video for all the things you need to know. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today's video is sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons. And I want to start by talking about the Nightrock, the new Warpet that has just showed up in the game. The Nightrock is a luck, agility, and strength heavy Warpet. But don't worry, if you've captured the Nightrock and you're like, bro, we all know that the talent skill is really all that matters, you can in fact go look at this by going to the skills section, unchecking the owned only, and scroll on down, and you'll see there is the new ability Ravage. This is the talent skill on a Nightrock. You can only get it if you capture a Nightrock, and it has this. This increases your Legion's normal attack crit rate for 7 seconds, and that amount is sort of determined on your luck. I think this is a active pet skill, and your normal attacks also have a 30% chance to deal additional damage. So how much damage? Well, it looks like it's a damage factor of 13.6 if you have a base level, of the skill here. This is 0 star. And also you don't have any attribute points. Or maybe this is actually off of the attributes of this particular pet. That would make sense, which, by the way, they're nearly 0. I haven't leveled up this Snow Peak Rock. I'm going to find a better one anyways. It needs to have the talent skill. So Ravage is an amazing skill. The Nightrock is going to be an amazing pet for heroes that are normal attack based. And there are several of these, namely Sindrian and Freygar. Now, in addition, there is another new skill, Super Ravage. This increases your trigger chance by a percentage determined by your luck. So these two in combination are obviously going to be really, really good. The Nightrock is going to be gangbuster. And look, I am like kind of frustrated that, they released Sindrian and Freygar, and I get that Warpets came later, but when they released Warpets, the best in slot, I thought, was going to be a Sand Lizard for your Sindri and Freygar. And now they've released something that's like better. So I've invested all of this stuff into a pet, but it's now no longer BIS for Sindri and Freygar. Now, is a Sand Lizard still a great pet? Absolutely. Is this particular pet still really, really good? Absolutely. No doubt about it. And will I use it? Sure. But am I planning to replace it as fast as I can with an equivalent Nightrock? Yes. Yes, I am. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I hope that at some point in the not distant future, the developers will move in the direction of saying, hey, we just released new heroes, and here's the Warpet associated with those heroes. Because, obviously the Nightrock is associated with Sindri and Freygar. It also works for normal attackers, but I'll be real with you, for, Nico and Kanara, I think the better choice has got to be the Snow Peak Rock, I think. I mean, I don't know. It could actually be that the effects are so good on the Nightrock that, maybe it's also just better. But I have a hard time believing that. I actually think there's no way the Snow Peak Rock is outclassed by the Nightrock for the insane defense penetration that you get from Nico and Kanara. I think that's got to be fine. But for Sindri and Freygar, Nightrock is the jam. I think that's the way to go. Slam dunk. So you can already go and catch your Nightrocks. Just keep in mind that if you are sort of in the current end game, that's Season 2 of Call of Dragons, and you're on your way to Season 2+, we are getting higher level Darklings and Dark Creatures. I think that means we're going to get access to higher level talent skills, so 2 stars, more regularly, I think. I mean, I've never gotten a 2-star talent skill, but it could be that with those higher level Darklings and Dark Creatures, then we start to get that. So just keep in mind, I personally am holding off from doing any major investments in pets. I'm going to try to hoard mostly until the next season for that reason. But there is sort of more stuff that we can talk about with pets in particular. One of the things that we need to actually go and get a look at is putting more skills onto a Warpet. So as of right now, if you want to put more skills onto a Warpet, there is a new screen here showing you that, like, hey, you may remember this from a video I made, by the way, but hey, instead of deploying expensive skills, start by using really cheap skills and try to get them to land on the new spot. And they now even show you the percent chance that you're going to land on the new spot. So apparently there was a 0% chance of unlocking the new skill slot the first time you deploy a skill, which is fully different than what I would have expected the way that those pets were going to work. Like, to be, I don't know how else to say it. Like, I never in my wildest imagination would I have expected a 0% chance to have a skill land in the new spot. So for the sake of the video, let's just try to get a new skill slot unlocked here and see what this takes. And I can either prioritize skill cards I own, or it will decide for me what skill card to use, which is a little bit weird when I click the unlock button. Alternatively, if I just go to skills, I think I can I do the same thing, but like just pick whatever skill I want? All right, now we smash the button. If we go with track and hunt for now, doesn't really matter. Confirm. Okay, do I want this? Obviously not. But if I go to hit the unlock, it's still 0%? Bro. What? Once the goal has been reached, the slot will be unlocked and the skill from the most recently used skill card will be learned. Wow, I wish I understood this. So automatically purchasing you as the lowest priced skill cards on the pet exchange in order to increase the progress toward unlocking a skill slot. I'm just going to push the button a couple times and see what happens. So I'm going to buy this, hit back. It's not even what I want. Now I have a 1% chance? Huh? Okay. A 2% chance? Is it really that low? Has it always been that low? This is a little perplexing. We do it again? 3% chance. This is surprising, to say the least. 4% chance. I'm going up by 1% every time I do this. Has it always been this way? Automatically purchasing you as the lowest price skill cards on the pet exchange in order to increase your progress toward unlocking the slot. Once the goal has been reached, the slot will be unlocked and the skill from the most recently used skill card will be learned. I mean, is this a way that you can like Trojan in a 2-star skill? Is that what it is? I crit and it gave me a 2x. So that's cool. I wonder, is there like some other pet where I've deployed a better skill and gotten wrecked that I could try this on? All right, I switched this up to the Berserk Phaedrake to try to figure out how this works. I'm just going to keep pushing the button until I get it. I don't exactly understand what's happening, but maybe after I've done it. Wow, I crit 5x. That's really wild. Wow, I understand now why they're like, we needed to make a display for how this works, because as a player, without seeing all this, you'd really have no clue what's happening. So to unlock this skill slot, I got it, and it put that skill, which is not even really a skill I'm interested in. So is this how you unlock new skills now? Is that it? Congratulations, I unlocked the new skill slot. I specifically used a skill card and discarded it just to see, like, would it give me the skill card that I had just used and discarded? And the answer is no. So I guess this is the way that you unlock skills on your pets now. And like, you want to unlock all the skills and then start deploying your cards. All right, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about Alliance gifts. They've added a Claim 10 button. Now, the thing is, the value of a Claim All or Claim 10 button is if it's faster than it takes to claim the gifts already. Because I can just click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I can hit Claim 10, which, like, seems to be about the same speed. I mean, I guess it's less clicks. I guess this is cool. I'll use this. I kind of wish it was a little faster, but I'll take it. They definitely want you to see what you're getting and who opened it. Yeah, now that I'm using it, I think this is an upgrade. I'd rather do this than just click a bunch of times, in fairness. So, okay. This is nice. I'll take it. Do I kind of wish I could just open all of them really, really fast? Yes. But is this totally fine? Yes. I'll take it. That's good. Great. So we've got that ability to go claim all the gifts. But if you actually went into your settings, you may have noticed something a little bit different here. There is now in the other section a dragon tickets section. And dragon tickets are a new beast entirely. So this is something that we have in Rise of Kingdoms and several other Lilith games. And I predicted it would come to Call of Dragons, and it's almost here. I don't think it's here yet, though. So dragon tickets you wouldn't actually buy yet. The reason you get these is that you can buy them for a discount on a special website. I'll show you what that website is. They're not available yet. But you basically use these to buy bundles instead of actually just buying a bundle. So it's the same price that you're paying, but you use a ticket instead of, at the time of purchase, using your credit card. And why would you do that? Well, let me show you how this works for Rise of Kingdoms, the predecessor to this game, and how I think it's going to obviously work for Call of Dragons as well. So here we are at the Pluto Mall, and I'll have a link in the description of this video. It's not an affiliate link. This is something that is available for the international Rise of Kingdoms servers, which is where I play. It looks like it's not yet available for Call of Dragons, so I assume it will be soon based off of what they're showing here. But if we make our way over to the way this works in Rise of Kingdoms, you basically go and sign in, and then you go and you make purchases. And when you make a purchase here, you also get extra goodies, sort of worth about, at the time of this recording, 10% of the value of what you would have bought. So for example, if I buy a $100, this is the equivalent of a dragon ticket, it's a flux script, I also get a $10 flux script, or I assume it will be a dragon ticket for Call of Dragons. So basically, by purchasing through this site, you'll be saving, well, you'll be getting 10% extra worth of stuff. And that's not exactly how it works, because technically you're getting a dragon ticket, and then use the dragon ticket to get whatever you want in-game. That's roughly how that goes. So this is the, main way that I buy stuff for Rise of Kingdoms now. It's, 10% more. That's really good. As soon as this actually is fully deployed for Call of Dragons, and, you can buy them for Call of Dragons, I'll make a video about it. Should be coming very soon. I don't know how soon, based on what we saw in the sort of landing page for this here. We go home, right? Should be very soon. We'll find out. But once that happens, I'll make a vid. So subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump back in game and see what other stuff I can show you. So the next thing we can get a look at is the Spiritbone Torc. This is visible when you go to replace an artifact on a hero. Then you scroll all the way down to the artifacts you don't own, and here is the Spiritbone Torc. And there's a couple things that we can take note of here. And I want to point out that this is showing the stats for the lowest level. I wonder what the stats are at the highest level. But it says that for a rage cost of 400 for the artifact, you grant yourself 600 rage points, but that number might go up. And it taunts up to 5 surrounding enemy legions. That number might go up, forcing them to attack your legion for 3 seconds, and that number also might go up. Your legion gains shelter and determination for 30 seconds, and that's in green, so that number could theoretically go higher. Shelter is giving you defense boost, 15%, which could go up, and determination is giving you a normal attack damage reduction of 5%, but that could go up with more skills in the artifact. And lastly, the additional effect, this is just a passive effect. It doesn't seem to even specify, put it on this hero. They're just like, yeah, you get this all the time. Infantry units in your legion deal 10% more counterattack damage. Dang. So, look, I think this is obviously designed for the new infantry. That's where you want to use it. I still think the shielding artifact and the bear is your best choice on your Madeline, who you probably pair with either Garwood or Nika. Very straightforward for what you do there. But with regard to the Spiritbone Torc, I think you pair the 2 new infantry together. And at this moment in time, I think the Poison Lizard is probably the play for your best pet to use on the new infantry. Granted, I fully expect the developers will release a more optimized pet not too far down the road. So just keep in mind, like, the fact that that's probably going to happen, given that it did for Sindrian and Frhagar. So once you start investing in your, poison pet, keep in mind, a better pet, a more optimal pet will, in my best guess, will likely release down the road. All right, so Spiritbone Torc looks really cool. I'm definitely going to max this while I work on the new heroes, which aren't yet visible in game, but probably will be as soon as we step into the new season. One thing that you'll notice immediately on PC is that there is a new interface for controlling your marches. So it deploys in the bottom portion of the screen, and you can change this around if you want it to work differently. But I don't know that I like this display in the bottom. While it creates less clutter, and it is certainly like in a place I can always count on it to be, if I am going to be a clicker instead of using hotkeys, it was better to have it directly on the march, at least in this open sense, I would say that. In a big cluster of a fight, maybe that's not true. So I don't know exactly what I think yet, but I like having this option. Certainly it's nice to have this option. I just don't know which of the two I'll end up using for big fights. I'll have to kind of test it out and see. And I hope that they add like a comma here to the troop count. That way that's a little bit easier to get a look at. So new display here for your commands for your troops when they're out and about. By the way, touching back on the Flux scripts that you see here, I just want to be really clear that although you can buy the dragon tickets now, they don't list that they give you extra stuff if you buy them from here. And I don't think they are giving you extra stuff if you buy them from here. I just made a purchase like this in Rise of Kingdoms just to see. And it doesn't work that way. So I think you want to wait to get them from the Pluto Mall once they become available there. So for now, just do your purchases the way that you normally would. And potentially for a bundle like, I don't know, one of like the season bundles that literally is there the entire season, you could theoretically wait a week or two. I forget what the name of it's called. It's like a Frost bundle. It's really high value. You get that at the start of season 2. There's another bundle like it. It's a one-time purchase for the season bundle. You might wait to buy those until the Pluto Mall is up and running for COD, given that we think it's going to be so soon. That way you get your 10% of extra stuff, potentially. I mean, look, I don't know that they're going to do that for COD. I can't find out until we're actually looking in the store, right? There are a few minor things that were also included in the update. Like, for example, you don't lose your arcane dust anymore at the end of the season, which is really, 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 really good. And if we look over here, we do see that you still lose your experience tomes, which is what I would have expected at the end of the season. You also still lose your CP recovery items, so definitely be sure to blast through your CP items. And also, dark creatures are no longer available on the map. It's all beasts at this point. So it's all pets. 100% pets, 100% of the time, which is, I think, a nice change. Although, weirdly, it seems like level 25 Warpets have stopped spawning in all zones, I think, which is probably an unintended side effect of this change, if I had to guess. And you can search for the Darkling Guards at the rarity of your choice, which is really great. So definitely happy to see that change as well. Oh, also, when you go to gather now, it actually defaults to gathering units, which is really nice. So that's kind of a cool change. Very happy to see that by default, my gathering units are being recommended. Very cool. But if you found any other secret updates or changes to Call of Dragons, definitely let me know down below in the comments. I really need to... God, I tried to get a Night Rock today, but I didn't get a talent skill. So I'll keep trying on that because I think this talent skill is just so good that, I mean, yeah, look, this is truly a cut above. Normal attack, crit rate for Sindri and Frhagar, if you're using them, critical. Normal attacks have a 30% chance to deal extra damage. Seems really good when you do double the normal attacks, right? So this is something I'm going to have to move in on. And I guess my really amazing Sand Lizard just becomes a backup. GG! If you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, consider subscribing. And in case you missed my video showcasing the new heroes that are coming to the game, card will be in the end screen in just a second. You are going to want to check that out.